Oven or air fryer? That is the question. Hey everyone, welcome to Adventures in Everyday Cooking, where every day can be an adventure in your kitchen. My name is Heather, and today we're doing an adventure requested by you. And you. You and you. Yes. Guadalupe, Mullikin, and Ann Rowe asked if you could do pie into the deluxe air fryer. And of course, because I love sugar and I love pie, I'm gonna do this adventure. We're actually going to do it in the oven and the air fryer, and we're gonna compare the two to see if this is truly a valid way to make pie. Because, think about this, if you will. Imagine Thanksgiving, your oven's full. Your Aunt Millie brings in a pie and says, I didn't cook it yet. Can I put it in your oven? And you're like, the oven's full. What are you gonna do? In pops the air fryer. She sticks her pie in, you guys have dinner, it comes out, it's ready to go. It's brilliant, right? Let's hope. I honestly don't know how this is gonna work. I saw a few recipes here and there, but I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna work. So let's find out together. The other thing I wanted to mention, this is not a pie making video. This is really just if it works in there. So I'm not gonna make my own pie crust or make my own pie filling. I'm just merely going to show you how to put it together, get it in, cook it, and what the results are. So this should be quick, fun, and very informative for all of us. Maybe even a game changer, right? Yay! Okay, let's go. All right, so the first thing I want to mention is that the air fryer has a limited space. So your pie plate is going to have to be a certain size compared to the air fryer that you have. In the oven, of course, it doesn't matter how big your pie plate is, but in the air fryer, it's gonna have to be 8 inches or less. Now, we're gonna take our rack and we're gonna turn it over. Those of you who have been watching in a while know why we're gonna turn it over, so things don't get lopsided. But here I have a 9.5-inch pie plate with no rim. And as you can see, let's see here. Oh, not quite. So a 9-inch pie plate would work in there. Probably, but the 9.5 will not. And unfortunately, I only have 9.5s. So definitely if you're going to make a pie, get your pie pan first and make sure it fits into your air fryer. Now, because I don't have a pie pan that fits into the air fryer, I actually have several little ones. So we're gonna make little pies out of these little pie stonewares. Aren't they cute? And they're glazed stoneware, and they will fit in my air fryer just fine and will create a very nice test for our pies. All right, so let's get our crust ready. So here I have a store-bought pre-made crust that I've had sitting on the counter for enough time that it's now room temperature, and I am just going to roll it out and put it in. We don't even have to roll it, it's already rolled for us. So we're just going to put our crust right down inside and push up, and perfect. And the first pie we're gonna start with is lemon meringue. Now I decided to do lemon meringue because we need to pre-bake the crust, so I wanna see how it pre-bakes as well as how it bakes filled. So, we are gonna put, if you don't have pie weights, you don't have to use pie weights, you can just prick the bottom of the crust. I'm gonna do both the pricking and I'm going to do the pie weights just in case I don't want my crust to bubble. So I'm just gonna put a few holes in the bottom, and then I will just drop some pie weights right down inside. And we are going to get it into the air fryer for about 10 minutes, I think. This is all guesswork right now. So we're just gonna try it out at 10. We'll check at 5, see how it goes. So let's turn it to custom, and we will turn it on 10 minutes. I'll check it at 5. And our temperature is gonna be 400. So let's go ahead and go. Good luck, crust. We hope to see you soon, all brown and beautiful. All right, right in there. Okay, and now I'll do the same thing for the one that's going in the oven. Now, the actual directions for an unfilled pie crust are 450 for 10 minutes. So let's just get that right in. While those are cooking, we are gonna go ahead and get our crusts ready. All right, and this one, we're actually doing apple pie, and you do not have to pre-bake for this one. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put my apple filling right down inside there. And I'm gonna move it off to the side for a little bit because I want to see if we have enough leftover crust stuff to make some decorations on the top. I mean, maybe, I don't know. All right, there's our 2 apple pies. So let's see if I can get some lattice work. Probably not, but we're gonna try. I've only done lattice one other time in my pie making career. It's been a short career. It ended in flames, but we will try. Usually you get a ruler so your stuff is straight. You should probably get a ruler. Actually, pizza cutter should ensure straight lines. Oh, hey, let's check it out. Wow! Look at that beautiful baked pie crust. I'm actually kind of fascinated right now because it's not that I didn't think it was gonna work, but I didn't think it was gonna work. So yeah, you know what I realized I forgot to do right as I'm looking at this? I forgot to put a piece of parchment in so I can lift the beads off easily. And one of the reasons I'm kind of surprised at that is that I thought that it would overcook. I actually got out some silicone lids to maybe go over the top of the pie. I'll leave a link to these in the comments below. They are heat safe up to 450 and they can go on your meals inside of the air fryer as long as you use the guard. But I am pleasantly surprised at how beautiful that looks. That gives me a lot of hope because not that I didn't think the air fryer could do pie, but I thought maybe it would overcook it, like maybe say that lasagna video. Do you remember that? Otherwise, had it not been burnt, it just looks burnt. Yeah, it was overcooked, but it was really good. That crunchy cheese was so good, but I thought that maybe we would have that same idea in here, so I'm pleasantly surprised. Okay, let's do lattice. All right, and then we will see about getting it on top of that pie crust. I will use my my dough scraper. Let this be a lesson to you. Do it on a piece of parchment and then you can lift it up and set it down. Don't do like Heather did. Oh dear. Okay, well, we're just gonna have to fix those little, okay. Well, yeah, we're just gonna, we'll trim and hope that it doesn't look like a 3-year-old did it, because right now, I think a 3-year-old could do better. We're just gonna set that off to the side and we are going to start on the other one because we're running out of time. All right, the one from the oven is out and looks like a baked crust. Now, what I just noticed, check out the difference. I don't know if you can see, but this one definitely has more browning on it, which is what I was afraid of. But looking at this stage, I much prefer this bake over this bake. This one was in at 10 minutes at 450, while this one was in at 400 for 10 minutes. So that's a pretty radical difference if you can see that. So that's interesting. We'll see how that plays out in the end. Okay, there we have it. Another 3-year-old lattice pie. Whatever. Okay, we're gonna get them into the air fryer and in the oven at 375. Now, I have no idea how quickly it's going to cook in the air fryer or how well it's going to cook, so I'm gonna keep a careful eye on it. In the oven, a regular size pie cooks for about 50 minutes, 50. I think that I'm going to check it after 25 minutes. Both of these check it after 25 minutes, and then go from there. Does that sound like a plan? I think so. All right, so let's turn it on. Bake. Actually, nope, we're gonna turn it on custom for 25 minutes at 375. So, good luck, pie. I hope to see you beautiful in a little bit. I have a feeling though, this one's gonna burn, but I'm ready with a cover. Okay, let's get this one in. Let's bring back our lemon meringue and finish it off. So let's go ahead and get our, whoa, hey there. That's why you wanna put it in parchment. Because, yeah. Okay, this is the oven baked one. So looking at them side by side finished, this one definitely got browner on the bottom, and this one has 0 brown on the bottom. They're still fully cooked though, so that should be good. And we will put our lemon curd right in the bottom of these pies. Look at those 2 cute little lemon curd pies. So I'm gonna put my meringue on the top. I did already make this meringue at the start of this video, so hopefully it's still got its peaks going on, which it does. It's a little soft. So we're gonna push the meringue all around the pie. Ooh, it is a little soft. It's okay. It's okay. It'll be fine. It's awfully sloppy, that meringue. That may or may not come up back to bite us. We'll see. I mean, it's still considered, no, they're kind of soft, but it's okay. Still meringue. And there you have it. That's the oven one. Next, this is the air fryer one. Okay, this one's the air fryer. This one is the oven. So as soon as this comes out, I'm gonna get this in, and this one is only gonna take about 12 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this one in the oven, and then we're gonna wait on that one until this one is done. So, all right, I will see you back here when all of the pies are done, or if there's something that happens in the middle, like for instance, if I have to cover that, I'll cover it. It will be fine. All right, we'll see you back here. Okay, here we are at the halfway mark, and that is already looking awfully brown. So what do I do? Do I cover it and continue to let it cook? Or do I pull it at the halfway mark? Let me check on the other one. Nope, the other one still looks pretty raw. So, being that this is a convection, maybe I'll just pull it at the not pull it at the halfway mark, but oh my gosh, you guys, this is such a hard decision. I'll let it go a little bit longer, just a little bit. Because as long as my pie filling is hot, it should be okay. Maybe I'll temp the pie filling, and maybe that's part of the joys of this little machine, is that it cooks a pie in half the time, like convection wise. I think that's correct. Okay, so I just looked it up, and convection is the same time. So I'm gonna temp my insides and then go from there. Okay, the inside is about 145, so I'm just gonna keep an eye on it, and I'll pull it at the prime moment that I think that that crust is done. Just for the sake of comparison, check out that one. As you can see, that one is still raw, yet that one looks pretty darn done. So I will give it just another couple minutes before I pull that one, but I will be back when all of the pies are done and make note of how long this one took and how long that one took. So we'll be back in a bit. All right, the pies are all out of the oven, and I am happy to report I burned none of them. I am sure that you can see the difference in the two meringue pies here. Yeah, the one in the air fryer definitely got browner than the one in the oven because it just cooks way more quickly than in the oven, and it cooks with air, and so the browning all around was heavier duty on both the meringue and the apple pie, because as you can see here in these two pies, this one literally just came out of the oven, so I don't want to touch it, but you can see that they're similar, but this one definitely, see how the mixture came up and over because the mixture actually came up to boiling point, where this one never came to boiling point, but it did get up to at least 150 degrees. So if you were going to make a pie in the air fryer and you need to cook your ingredients, not just warm them up, you might want to start with it covered with a silicone cover of some sort, something that's heavy enough that won't blow around your air fryer, and then take it off and continue cooking like you would like a pie shield. Does that make sense? But let's try these things and see if it even matters. Maybe the ones in the air fryer, these two here are the air fryer ones. Maybe it doesn't even matter. Maybe it didn't cook well enough. Maybe, you know, who knows? I don't know. So here's the oven one. And this is the lemon meringue oven pie. And we're just gonna take a small little dainty taste of it. Look at that. How cute is that? That's a cute little piece of lemon meringue. And then I'll take a piece of this one. Ooh, that one's definitely crunchier. All right, there we go. We do have some meringue separation in both of them, but that was my fault. I made the meringue way too early, and so it kind of separated a little, wasn't quite as stiff peaks when they went in, so that's my bad, not the pie's bad. All right, so if you look at these very carefully, they look like identical slices of meringue. However, the air fryer one is much browner than the oven one. However, the oven one is more traditional in that just the peaks that are kind of tipped over are turning brown. So now we find out how it tastes. So I'll go for the oven one first. The crust is a little bit soft on the bottom, but the edge crust is really good. That's a good piece of pie. I mean, it's in the oven. All right, and the oven fried one. Ooh, that top toasting is pretty phenomenal. Wow. Okay, piece for piece, this one tastes phenomenally better. I don't know why, but it does. However, the air fried one took about 10 minutes, that's it. Whereas the oven baked one took about 14 to 15 minutes. They both have the same consistency curd on the inside. And that top, I'm telling you what, the meringue from the air fryer is superior to the meringue in the oven. I don't know, maybe meringue in the air fryer is where it's at. I don't know, but both of them taste phenomenal. But the toasting on this one really gives it a flavor punch. That one wins for me. This looks better, but this tastes better. So definitely valid for lemon meringue pie. You may need to just watch it carefully. Next, let's move to the apple that looks like a 3-year-old did the lattice top. So they both stuck. So it just was the apple pie that has the stickage, not the air fryer or the oven, because they both have stuck just a little bit. So the pieces of pie don't look like much, but I'm sure they're going to taste fantastic. All right, we will start with the air fryer one first. Crispy, flaky, just like pie should be. That's good. I have thoughts. Hold on. Let me taste the other one. See if my thoughts are the same. Okay, now the oven. Well, that is interesting, but not surprising. So here's what I think about those. While the apple pie in the air fryer cooked way faster, this one only took about 21 minutes in the air fryer. This one took 55 minutes in the oven. Now, waiting 55 minutes for a pie is normal. We had to take this one out because the crust was getting way browner than we wanted it to. But had I covered it first and then put it in for the entire amount of time, I think we would have had a very similar result in this pie. That being said, what I'm tasting here is just apple pie filling in a crust. What I'm tasting here is apple pie. Does that make sense? I hope it does, because what happened over here is that the oven brought the sugars in the sugar mixture around the apples up to kind of like a caramely candy stage, whereas this one is still just gel. It is still a delicious pie, but it just didn't cook long enough. That being said, if they had been raw apples and gone in like a regular pie, this would have been a fail, because raw apples need time to cook in order to get softer and become more delicious. Now, if you are a apple lover who likes crispy apples in your pies, this will work just fine. But I feel like in order to make an apple pie in your air fryer, you need to have a cover for the first, forever, because it just browned way too fast. I mean, this took 50 minutes to brown. This took 7 minutes to brown. So, yeah, that all being said, this one that browned much faster, like the meringue browning faster, that's a superior flavor over this meringue that just has the regular little wisps of brown. So take that for what it's worth. And yeah, I think doing pie in the air fryer, it's valid. It's valid, but it's gonna take some tinkering. So don't just expect that you're going to make your holiday pie in here the first time. Please experiment with your pie before your holiday. That way you know what your air fryer is going to do and is not going to do, and what you need to do to ensure that your pie comes out the way that you want it to. Because I have 4 pies here that are remarkably different from each other. Even the 2 that were in the air fryer are different from each other, but they're enough similar that we know that this browns everything much faster. So yeah, thank you, Guadalupe and Anne. That was fun, and I learned a ton, and I hope you did too. So that's all I got for you today. If you enjoyed that video, give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. I do videos several times a week, and like Anne and Guadalupe know, I'm always looking for the next adventure. So if you have one for me, leave it in the comments below, and I will see what I can do. Otherwise, I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna eat some more pie and maybe feed some pie to my husband. He loves apple pie. He'll be the real judge on which one he likes the best. I'll leave it right here as to which one he liked better. All right? He's not a super fan of being on camera. All right, you guys, we'll see you next time. Bye.